The new Ofsted framework really puts the curriculum at its heart. So it's going to become really important how schools go about sequencing their curriculum, making sure that each step of learning very carefully builds on what has come before, and making sure that that learning works towards very specific endpoints.
So the Ofsted framework has put a bigger emphasis on making sure that the whole school curriculum is really coherent and thought through right from first principles through to implementation and the outcomes that the school wants for students. So it's looking for the school leadership to have a clear vision of what they want students to get out of their curriculum, and then to see that that's been implemented consistently throughout the subjects and right down to lesson level.
In light of the new Ofsted framework, schools are going to be reviewing and evaluating their curriculum. So they're going to make sure that it meets all of the criteria in terms of intent, implementation and impact. They're also going to be thinking about whether they have a correct scope and sequence, and whether the curriculum is fully broad and balanced.
A lot of schools already have a lot of the elements that are required by the framework already embedded in their curriculum, and it's just a case of quality assuring their schemes of work and their curriculum to make sure it's got that coherence and that they can evidence that when Ofsted come round.
What we know is that curriculum design is actually a whole school process. It's not something that is just done at the top level, but it involves the SLT, it involves heads of department and middle leaders, and it also involves teachers. So that process of collaboration in curriculum design is absolutely vital.
I think a broad and balanced curriculum means giving students the opportunity to study a wide range of subjects, including creative subjects as well as academic subjects, up to a point where they have the sort of foundational knowledge and skills to decide whether that subject's for them, and also to give them a foundation for later life and to make sure that they can make the progress they want. Our Key Stage 3 history course that we recently developed, called Exploring History, was really carefully designed to make sure that it's very coherent and has a great deal of value for students who maybe are not going to go on to do GCSE history. So it's very coherent and gives them a really balanced and broad history education and a coherent idea of British history all the way up to the present. We also tried to make it relevant to their current lives and to the news.
We've been carrying out lots of research with SLT, with middle leaders and with teachers to understand even more about the curriculum design process, how that's going to evolve, and the tools that schools need to help them with curriculum design.
The Key Stage 3 pilot is an exciting new project that we're working on with schools and with experts to create a new Key Stage 3 curriculum that combines all the best features of our current courses into a more coherent whole with a really clear vision of what Key Stage 3 is for and what students are going to get out of it. So we're working with a range of experts on an advisory panel to develop the thinking behind this and to incorporate the latest research into curriculum design. And then we're piloting it with schools over the next year to make sure that what our design meets the needs of schools and will be really useful in the classroom.